Alright, Shalom Akim, Shalom Yasharallah. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright, to the elect out there, which is 12,000 out of 144,000, which is 12,000 out of each tribe, and the great multitude, which is also from Israel. Alright, first off, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakaha Kodash, giving double honors to our apostle and elder of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth to rule well. Alright, there's the brother Izar out here in Midland, Texas, again prophesying the downfall of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and the rise of Israel. Alright, Yasharallah, which pertains to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright, you have to come back to your true power, your true nationality, which is biblically the Hebrew Israelites. Alright, and that's what we're out in the highways and the byways prophesying and declaring to our nation to come back to their power. Alright, and once you know you're an Israelite, that's not the end of it, man. Alright, once you know you're an Israelite, that's only the beginning, you see? Because there's a lot of steps to this truth. You know, how to conduct yourself, alright? Things that you should be saying, and when you should be saying, when you should speak, when you should stay quiet. Alright? Just because you're an Israelite, or you find out that you're an Israelite, does not mean you have superpowers yet, man. Alright? Just because you're an Israelite, if a cop comes up and tells me I can't be here, tells me this, this, and that, alright, you're supposed to, like it is written, alright, like the scriptures say, agree with your adversary, lest he deliver you to your judge, alright, and lest the judge deliver you to the officer and you be cast into jail. Alright, and that's what this devil wants, like it says in Revelations. Alright, the devil's gonna cast you into prisons. That's not talking about a spiritual demon that's gonna cast you into a prison. Come on, man, it doesn't make sense. Alright, and that's just Christianity in what is it called, in man, what is that word? All right, but basically saying to brief up Christianity. All right, briefly saying what Christianity is a bunch of nonsense, things that don't mix and match, things that don't make sense. You see, but this truth makes sense, and it will make perfect sense to the elect, and the election are gonna hear it, they're gonna hearken, and they're gonna follow. All right, so just because you know you're an Israelite does not mean you're saved. You see, there's still things that follow through, man. So this is Romans chapter 2, and I'm gonna start off at verse 1. It says, therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest. For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. All right, so if you're teaching to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, that means that you're actually keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Alright, if you're teaching somebody don't lust after another man's woman, that means you're following through and you're not lusting after another man's woman. Alright, because whatever you're teaching, you see, first and foremost, you have to teach yourself. First and foremost, it's applied to yourself. You know? So if you're saying this and you're being a hypocrite, that's the same thing that the Lord was saying, alright, in the scene when the Pharisees and the scribes. You see? Because the Pharisees and the scribes, they were teaching the law, but they were doing contrary. All right, and you have judges, you know, which were leaders in the book of Susanna. All right, you had these two judges that were appointed into that being judges. All right, and Susanna was a beautiful woman. All right, very beautiful woman to look at. Now Susanna was married. All right, she was raised by Israelites. All right, because she was an Israelite. You know, so she was taught to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You see, she was taught to be a righteous woman. Now, when she married the man that she married, the two Pharisees, the two scribes, the two judges, all right, they were by the what is it called, her garden. All right, she had a garden that she would walk out every day. And the two judges were there when she was walking out. So they looked at her and they were lusting after her, knowing that she was married. All right. So they told each other, hey, you know what? It's getting late. I'm going to go home, go chill. All right. The other one was like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna go home and chill too. So they both walked their ways, and they were both lying to each other. So they ended up coming back and meeting up because they were trying to lust after that woman. And when they found out they were both in love with that woman, all right, they both wanted her. Then they decided to deceive. They decided to conceive a plan, an evil thought. All right. And what they were planning to do is to try and take that woman. All right. So when that Susanna walked out to the garden, and she had her maidens, all right, her maids, she had them go out and fetch her soap and things so she can shower out in the garden, which was obviously a personal garden, wasn't no public garden. The two scribes, or the two judges, they were waiting for her. So when she sent out her people, her maids, those two men, they came out and they were like, lay down with us. All right, no one's here to see you. All right, no one sees the things that we're doing. All right, lay down with us, sleep with us, have sex with us. That's what they wanted. They were lusting after another man's woman. But her, being a righteous woman, she told them, she was like, I fear the Most High. If I lie with you, all right, I'm gonna get condemned by the Most High. You see? If I don't, I'll just be condemned by the people. The predicament was, damned if I do, damned if I don't. But in reality, in her eyes, it was damned if I do, all right, and killed if I don't, all right? So the body doesn't matter. But being damned by the Most High, that's something terrible, man. So she knew this, all right? And eventually she was delivered when the two Pharisees and the scribes, the two judges, they found out that, or they were being discovered, and they lied about her before she could tell the truth about them. They lied on her, and what happened? All right, they were about to kill Susanna, but the Most High revealed unto Daniel, the prophet, all right, the things that were to come, or the things that was happening. All right, so Daniel judged, and he told the people, all right, let's split these two bad apples and see what story we get. And he split them up, and the story that they got was different. But the story that Susanna told was always the same. You see? So the Most High delivered her for being righteous through Daniel. All right, so through the word, through the mouth of the prophet, Israel has always hearkened. Israel has always listened. So that's why we go out to the highways and the hedges to teach, all right, to the elect, which is of the children of Israel, which pertain to unique Latinos and Native Americans. You see, it's not just for everybody, man. So let me read that again. Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art, that judgest. For wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. For thou that judgest doest the same things. You see? So you're judging somebody because, oh man, look at that dude over there looking at that that man's woman. Man, what a sinful ass dude. And then you go your way, you're looking at women that are married. All right? I had brought this up last time. All right? That word adultery in the Greek is pornos. Why else would it be pornos? And why else would they have adultery up online called porn? It's of no coincidence, man. All right? Esau, Edom wants you to be evil. This damn devil wants you to be evil. All right? And then Israel, once they take part in doing the wickedness that Esau, Edom does, man, they go above and beyond. See? So it says, verse 2, but we are sure that the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is according to truth against them which commit such things. You see? So the Most High is going to judge you, man. All right? It doesn't, if you call yourself gay and a Christian, hey, that's stupid. All right? That's confusion. If you're gay, you can't follow Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? You're going to be condemned if you do. Or you're going to be condemned if you're a faggot. All right? A lesbian. That doesn't pertain to the truth. You see, that's wickedness. That's confusion. And that's what the scriptures have been saying, man. And that's how we know that you damn churches out there, you phony, man. Are you nothing but lies and deceit? You see, telling our people, oh, it's okay if you get, you have, you know, gays front row seat in those churches, man. Like the elder, I believe it was Elder Yashawamba from Dallas that had said that, you know. That's how you know these churches are phony. All right, they're nothing but lies, deceits. They ain't nothing about truth, man. You know? So if you're going to be a judge has laws, statutes, and commandments, which ultimately was only given to Israel. All right? So if you're going to be a judge of the Most High, you know, going out to the highways and the hedges, preaching, teaching, letting people know what it is, sighing and crying to the Most High of the abominations of this world, then you have to be following through with what righteousness is, man. You know? It says, verse 3, and thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? So you think because you are judging people for the wickedness that they do, all right, and you're doing the same thing, you think that you're going to escape the judgment? You see, so these damn Christians, they like to say that the laws, statutes, and commandments are done away with. But why would you teach that when the scriptures specifically tell you that the man that teaches that the laws, statutes, and commandments to be done away with, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven? You see? So yes, the laws, statutes, and commandments are still here. All right, and it mainly pertains, you know, to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But then again, 2/3 of our people are gonna fall. You see, so ultimately it's for the elect on this side. All right, when the kingdom is established, all right, those 2/3 are gonna come back through seed. All right, being reborn through reincarnation through the children of the just. You see, and then the law, statutes, and commandments, that's gonna be written inside their hearts, man, inside their mind. All right, they won't be thinking off like you see Israel do now. You see? So if you're going to be an Israelite and say you're an Israelite and say to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, then you better check yourself too, man. All right? You have social media where you have a lot of Israelites that are waking up, which is good. All right? But a lot of those Israelites that are waking up, they'll still shave. All right? They'll still eat abominable foods, shrimp, pig. All those foods are abominable foods to the Most High, man. You know? Being prideful. Prideful is also an abomination. You see? It says, verse 4, or despisest thou the riches of his goodness and forbearance and long suffering, not knowing that the goodness of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai leadeth thee to repentance. All right, so you didn't come into this truth on your own accord, man. This is due to the long suffering and mercy of the Most High bestowing it down on Israel. You see? And that pertains to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know? So if you came into this truth, you gotta be humble, man. If you have a brother above you, you gotta hearken to that brother, because you have to believe that that brother is a man of the Lord. You see? If that brother tells you something, hey, look, you need to watch out for this and this, and you don't hearken, and you're constantly going off, now the Most High eventually is going to be like, yo, if you can't listen to this brother that you see as being a righteous brother, how are you going to listen to me? You see? Because like it says in Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1, the Most High has always spoken to Israel through prophets, through men. You see? So this isn't a thing where you just woke up one day and I'm an Israelite, I'm righteous, and I'm gonna judge everybody. Fuck these Edomites. All right, which that part's true. Fuck these Edomites. All right? But just because you woke up to the truth does not mean that you're set. You still gotta fight, man. You still gotta go through all this shit, you know? And some brothers like myself, we really haven't been touched too much. You know, now there's certain things that your faith was tried tremendously. You know, there's certain things that any other regular person would have been thrown out of the truth by now. You know, but you can't boast on that stuff, man. You can't be out here, you know, it's telling people I've been through this and I've done this, this, and that. You know? You have to be careful with what you say, careful with what you teach, because all these things you say are looking back at you, man. You know? Those words that you're saying, they're staring back at you, making sure that you're being righteous, making sure that you're taking heed, making sure that you're studying, that you're reading, that you're listening, that you're hearkening. You see? So this truth ain't no joke, man. You know, Lord willing, we're part of that number. You know, but this truth ain't no joke. It says, verse 5, but after thy hardness, impatient heart, treasurest up unto thyself wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see? So if you're lying about this thing, man, if you're not really honest about being in this truth, all right, and if you listen to this, you see, and you hearken for a little bit, and then you fall out, hey, in that day of wrath, that day of judgment, the Most High is going to take you out, man. You see? And it's going to be something terrible, man. You see Jake when somebody pulls out a gun, all right, Jake is the first one to scream. You see? Jake is the first one to scream, man. Of course they're afraid to die. They might try to be all hard and shit and be like, man, I ain't scared of dying. I ain't scared of being taken away. But when that time comes, their knees will be buckling, man. You know? Their bones will be playing the drums. You just hear that gung, 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 gung. They'll be afraid, man. And I can say that for myself too. You know, when that day of wrath comes, I know I ain't gonna be chilling, looking at everything just being destroyed. At first, I'm gonna jump up like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You're gonna be alerted, all right? Like the Most High said, shall there be a trumpet in the shall there be a trumpet in the city and the people not warned? All right. When you hear a loud noise, you're gonna turn around like, what is that? Afterward, you may run, you know. But these are those words that are coming out that you should be hearkening to, looking and listening like, damn, the time is coming up, you know? Because the day of wrath, man, it ain't no joke, you know? That day of wrath that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is trying to bring upon this place, it ain't no joke, man. You know? So this is James 5, James chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Now, what is that that's going to eat your flesh? All right, when something, let me try and think. All right, in Terminator, that movie Terminator, I don't know which one it was, but when, damn, what's his name? Arnold, when Arnold is being brought down into the lava, all right, you see his body, before it touches the lava, his body starts already burning up. You see, melting away. In that movie, Star Wars, all right, when Anakin Skywalker turns into the dark side and goes against his former master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi-Wan fucks him up, all right, and Anakin starts sliding down that hill, and before he even touches the lava, his body catches in flames, man. All right, his skin is starting to be burnt off, melted off. Same thing in the last days. All right, in the last days, those ICBM missiles are gonna come straight for America. Because nobody likes this damn place, man. All right? None of the heathen like this place. You know, the merchants, they might like it. All right, the Edomites that are living in America, they might like it. 2/3, they might like it. You see? But this place is really hated. You know, it's already written in the scriptures through the Spirit. All right, this place is already greatly hated, man. So let me read that part again. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. All right, for all the things that you work for, man. You know, you work to have nice cars, for tangible things, man. You know, for fleshly things. That's what you were working for, and that's gonna be a witness against yourself, man. You know, it says, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. All right, so you're these doomsday preppers, and you know, creating bunkers and all these shit that Esau got going on, man, thinking that he's actually gonna live. And what you 2/3 put your trust in, because you're not putting your trust in the Most High. Because if you were putting your trust in the Most High, you would be saying, fuck this place, man. All these tangible things are gonna be done away with anyways. You see? And you may try and act hard. You may try and act as tough as you want, as tough as nails. But when that day comes, you're gonna be travailing like a woman. You're gonna be crying, man. You're gonna be scared out of your damn mind. You see? It says, behold, verse 4, behold the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. All right, so these angels are gonna come down, man. They're gonna reap this shit, man. All right, you know, being the reapers. Yahweh Shai is a reaper. All right, he's gonna come down. He's not gonna meet you like a man. He's not gonna come down and say, hey, sir, you're doing wrong. All right, he's already been warning y'all. And if y'all don't want to listen, that's ultimately the Most High has set that up that way. All right, but if you don't want to listen, death, destruction, famine, anguish, all right, gnashing of teeth, all of that is the lot for a wicked man. You see? It says, verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth. All right, so all you Edomites, self-proclaimed white people, you 2/3 Negro, Latino, Native Americans, all right, living your life lavishly, thinking that everything is good, everything is golden. You're false. Everything is gonna be destroyed, and that's coming real soon. All right, all those cars you have, all the women you have, all the money you have, all of it, man, it's gonna be burnt to dust. All right, dust to dust and ashes to ashes, man. And that's exactly where everybody's gonna fall if you're not with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because like Yahweh Shai said, if you're not with him, then you're against him. All right, it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton, ye having nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. All right, so in the day of slaughter, it don't matter how many kids you have, it don't matter how many cars you have, how many houses you have. In that day, when that day comes, all right, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Are you righteous? If you're not righteous, then destruction is coming to you. And if you hear these words, you mock and you scoff, then guess what? There's gonna be a hard judgment on you. Whether that be today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the next year, the next decade. You know, but if you're a spiritual man, you should see by now that these things are speeding up to death and destruction. And that's just what the scriptures say. You know? It says, ye have condemned, verse 6, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. All right, let me read that again. James chapter 5, verse 6, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. All right, so the Most High is coming back with revenge, man. Like it is written in, what is that, Romans chapter 12. Let me get that. Romans 12. Salakia. Romans chapter 12. And Romans 12, you know what? I'll come back to this one. I'll come back to Romans 12. But going back to James 5, it says, ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, all right, which is the elect. It says, and hath long patience for it, until he receiveth the early and latter rain. All right, so these things are going to happen no matter what. Until the Lord comes back, there's going to be no righteousness established in this earth until the Lord comes back. You see? Like Isaiah says, even with all our righteousness, we're still as filthy rags, man. So even us that we're putting on as the hopeful elect, you know, and Lord willing, not the Wanderatazah, Lord willing, we are part of the hopeful elect. All right, but even the men that are putting on as the hopeful elect, even them, they're not fully righteous. They're not perfect. You see, a righteous man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. You know? So just because you're an Israelite, man, that doesn't mean you're saved. You still got to go through some things, man. You know? It says, be ye patient, verse 8. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. All right, so that time is coming, man, when the Most High comes back, and it's real close. All right, now we see prophecies that have been that are unfolding that haven't happened before. All right, like Ezekiel 37. All right, when all those dry bones, the valley of dry bones, which is here, Babylon, America. All right, and the Israelites, they're all coming together. All right, the bones, the body, they were almost destroyed, wiped out. By who? Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. They were almost completely wiped out, man. The Native Americans. All right, by Native Americans, I mean the ones here in Northern America, Southern America, so-called Central America. All right, all those natives were almost wiped out, man. When slavery happened in the 1400s, all right, to the natives, they were almost wiped out. When slavery happened in the 1800s, the so-called Negroes were almost wiped out too. And that's Ezekiel 37. When the dry bones were dry, man, they were almost completely dead. But the Most High had to come back. The true children of the Most High, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the people that you love to hate. You know, like it says in the scriptures, in the place where they said that you are not the children of the Most High, there is where it will be a claim that you are the children of the Most High. It'll be a fact pretty soon. People are going to look and see and know that we are the children of the Most High, because the Spirit bears witness with the Holy Spirit, man. You know? But it says, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest you be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. You see, so the Most High is the one that opens that door and no man can close. All right, Yahushua, you know, all of it being given down to Yahushua. All right, from the Most High. His people, Yahweh's people, the Israelites, were given to Yahushua. All right, the keys were given to Yahushua. The power was given to Yahushua. You know, not saying that Yahweh doesn't have any power, because all power flows through Yahweh, the Most High. All right, but Yahushua has those keys to close that door and no man can open, or leave that door open and no man can close it. And that door of mercy is open right now to you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and to the confusion of faith that can perceive this truth and receive it. You see? It says, let me go back to Romans chapter 2 and verse 4. Or despisest thou the riches of his goodness and forbearance and long suffering, not knowing that the goodness of Yahweh Shem Yahushai leadeth thee to repentance. But after thy hardness and impatient heart treasurest up unto thyself wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of the Most High. You see, so the Most High is going to come back to judge this place, and it ain't going to be nothing pretty. All right, the heathen, the Edomites, all right, which is the self-proclaimed people, the white self-proclaimed white people. What you did to the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Hey, that's still going to be brought up in judgment. Your forefathers, you are of the devil, like the scripture says. You see? So if your forefather was a damn devil, then guess what? You're going to receive that judgment too. All right? There are only some that are justified. And those that are justified are the elect. That's the only ones that are justified. It ain't going to be no Edomites making it into the kingdom of heaven. There ain't gonna be no Hamites being taken up by the chariots of the Most High. It ain't gonna be like that, man. You know? Verse 6, it says, who will render to every man according to his deeds. So according to how you lived your life here on earth, like we read, all right, you were living your life freely, lavishly, carelessly. According to the works that you did in this life, you're gonna be judged, man. So if you're standing up boldly for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, if that's what you did your whole life, and you were killed, murdered for the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, then guess what? You're going to live in life eternal, man. With Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, reigning with Yahweh Shai, being a co-heir to the throne of Yahweh Shai, like it says in Romans 8. You see? So what you did in this world is going to come back to haunt you. Like they say, what goes around comes around. And that's the Most High. All right? The Most High had you have a rulership. You didn't do it righteously. So then judgment is going to be casted upon your head, man. You know? It says, verse 7, to them who by patient continuance in well-doing seek for glory in honor and immortality, eternal life. You see, so those are the ones that are going to be justified, laboring for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see? And like it says in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. And that's just point blank period, man. We're not trying to build up Israel here in Babylon the Great, you know, build a kingdom inside of, you know, spiritually. Yes, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build the third temple spiritually. All right? We're not trying to literally, physically, you know, build up Israel with gold, you know, tangible things, with brick and wood and stone. We're not trying to do that here, man. That's confusion. You know? But it says, going back, to Romans chapter 2. Romans chapter 2 and verse 8. But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil. You see, tribulation and anguish upon every man that doeth evil. So if you're not listening to the truth of the apostles, the elders, Elder Tahar, Elder Gabar, Elder Abrayamlab, Elder Rakah, to your elders in your camp, all right? If you're not hearkening to them, then all these things are going to be casted upon your head, man. You know? And if you're just a bystander, you call yourself a bystander, but if you pass by and you listen to the prophets, whether it be in Dallas, in Austin, in Houston, in San Antonio, whether it be in New York, whether it be in California, LA, San Diego, however, wherever it is, you know, that you hear the prophets speaking the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it is, and you don't hearken, all right, that's going to be upon your own head too. They did their job, all right, they can clean their hands out of the blood. All right, that blood is casted upon yourself, man. If you don't listen to this truth, death and destruction is coming for you, man. And that's just point blank, period. You know? It ain't no Christianity gonna make it. No Catholicism. See, none of that bullshit is gonna make it, man. So going back, it says, verse 10, Salakia, continuing on verse 9, of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile. Now that word Gentile, all right, means Israelite foreigners. Israelite foreigners. You see? That word Greek means Hellenistas, which pertains to the Jews that took in the customs of the heathen, of the Edomites, of the other nations. You see? Because you can read that in the book of Acts, where Aquila and Priscilla, all right, Aquila and Priscilla were, they weren't born in Israel, all right, they were born outside of Israel. They called themselves, man, what was it? They lived in the land of what is now Turkey, all right, they lived in that land, all right, and they traveled to Rome, so they lived in Rome also. You know, when the Apostle Paul had found them, hey, they believed right away. They knew they were Jews. All right, they knew they were from the tribes of Israel. You see? But they were calling them, like even Paul, you know, calling themselves Roman. You know, I can call myself Mexican, American, you see, whatever it is. But truthfully, I'm from the tribe of Issachar. All right? Yeshashkar, which is of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know? And you have to believe that, man. You have to wholeheartedly believe that. And when you pray, you have to wholeheartedly believe that what you're saying is being heard by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, verse 11, for there is no respect of persons with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? He doesn't care if you know that you're an Israelite, man. Yeah, you might be a step over, you know, a regular Jake, but he has no respect of persons, man. Oh man, but he was in the truth for 15 years, and that last day he fell out. He has no respect of persons. You see, like I mentioned earlier, like it's written in Isaiah, man, even with all our righteousness, we're still as filthy rags. You know, and he has no what does it say? He puts no trust in his saints. You see, the Most High controls everything, man. It says, verse 12, for as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without the law. You see, so all the law is done away with. All right, so you sin without the law, you're gonna die without the law, man. It says, and as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. You see? So if you sin in the law, you're going to be judged by the law. You know? Unless the mercy of the Most High comes into effect. It says, verse 13, and here's the point. For not the hearers of the law are just before Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but the doers of the law shall be justified. You see? So it's not just because you know you're an Israelite, you're good now. You can eat pork now. That's not how it goes, man. All right? The doers of the law will be justified. You see, it's not for everybody. And what is the law, man? You know, commandments, proverbs. You see? Precepts. Those are all commandments from the Most High. That's what he's telling you to do. All right, that's his law. So going out to the highways and the hedges, that's one thing you got to do. You see? That's one thing you have to do, man. Go out to the highways and the hedges. Make videos, you know? Find a way, man. You know? But all these things, you know, all these things is taking part of being that hopeful elect. It's not just knowing that you're the part of the elect, or just knowing that you're an Israelite that's gonna have you saved, man. You know? And people have that misinterpretation, thinking that, oh, well, he has mercy on everybody, so. And that's not the case, man. You know? But it says, James chapter 1, verse 23, for if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth away, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. All right, so you may look at yourself in the mirror and know what you look like, and as soon as you walk away, you forget. You don't have a clear picture of who you were. You know? So does the man that is only a hearer of the word, a hearer of the law. If you're just a hearer of the law and not a doer, then you forget. It's not for you. It's not given to you. You see? So in the like manner, like James is talking about, you have to be a doer of the word, like it says in the book of Romans. Be a doer, not just a hearer. All right? And like it says, you know, works without faith, man. You also have to have works. Work is a verb. All right? To be a worker is a verb. That's something you do. You see? So be a doer. It says, verse 25, for whoso looketh into a perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. You see? So this man shall be blessed in his deed. And those are words from the Most High, man. That's what he's telling you. That's what he's letting you know. All right? Be a doer, not just a hearer. You know? Before I came into this truth, you know, I would listen to the scriptures, and it would actually bring a calmness to me that I've never had in my life, man. All right? Once that brother let me know that I was an Israelite, all right, and from that point on, demons were being casted out of me, man. You know, and I could feel a difference. I would feel more healthy. All right? Spiritually healthy, man. So what did I do? I turned to the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know? So I would wear headphones. I wasn't allowed to wear headphones at that workplace. Alright? But I was like, man, fuck it. Fuck them, man. I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright? So it would be hot as hell, man. You know, it would be hot as hell. And I would have a beanie and a hoodie, and I would have headphones connected to my phone. And I'd be listening to the word of the Most High. You know? And listening only, you can only retain so many things, man. Alright? You have to listen, you have to read, and then you also have to do. Alright? Act out what you read. So, you know, when I was doing that, it was casting away so many evil thoughts that I had, and I've never felt so free in my life. And I told the brother, and he said, goddamn place, man, goddamn place. But that brother said, you know, you can't just be a hearer of the word, you have to be a doer also. All right? So you also have to read, you also have to go out, you know? And that's the beginning when the brother was barely teaching me. And it's true. The scriptures verify that. They confirm that. All right? You can't just be a hearer of the word. You have to be a doer. You may think that you're a doer because, oh, I go to church on Sundays and on Wednesdays. I listen to the pastor. That pastor is a damn wicked man. All right? We're all wicked, like it is written. All right, the women are wicked, the wine is wicked, the children are wicked. We're all wicked. But who's teaching you the right things, and who's actually trying to do those right things? Because the churches tell you that the law is done away with, but the scriptures tell you that it's not. So what is it? Is the church right? God forbid. All right, let Yahweh Hashem Yahushai be true, but all men liars. You see? So it says, that's it on that one, on James. Let me go to, back to Job, all right, because we're going to be, Job, Salakia, back to James, because we're going to be going through things, man. All right, the election will go through certain things. They might see family members rejected. They might even have their women almost leave them. And the Most High was really, you know, like he did with Abraham. Like he did with Abraham. All right, when he was going to deliver Isaac up and for a burnt offering to the Most High. You see? He was just testing Abraham. All right, what are you going to do? Are you going to follow after Isaac? Are you going to cry for your son? Or are you going to follow after me? In the same way, he may have it to where Satan tempts you with your woman. Your woman may be like, hey, you know what you do is too much for me. All right, and I speak that from personal experience, man. Your woman may say, you know what you're doing is a little too much for me. All right, whether you follow that woman or you follow the Most High. And your reply should be, I follow Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If you want to leave, then go ahead and leave. You know? Just know what's coming to you. If you leave, just know what's coming to you. What happened to Job? Job had that woman. Job had those children. Job was going through some tough shit, man. Job was going through anguish, tribulation. What did this woman do? She left. What happened to Job's children? They died. After Job went through hell, what happened to Job? He received double. He received a righteous woman. He received 7 more children. And all in all, with all the riches and everything he had, he was a trillionaire. All right? You have to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You know? Just because your woman wants to leave, or just because your parents want to disown you or disown you, just because your family members may not want to speak to you anymore, that don't mean a goddamn thing, man. That don't mean a damn thing. The only thing you should be worried about is you being for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and Yahushai and Yahweh being for you. See? So this is James 5, going back to James chapter 5 and verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, for an example of suffering, affliction, and patience. All right? So let patience work her perfect works, man. You know? Hey, if this thing may leave you, count it as dung. If that thing may leave you, count it as nothing. All right? Because like the apostles would tell you how it's shy, you know, we left our families, we left everything for you. And Yahweh Shai answering, saying, no man has left anything for me. All right, because in the kingdom of heaven, everything you say you think you might have lost, everything is going to be returned double fold, man, tenfold. All right. You may lose companions, friends, people in this life that were so close to you. All right, but like Yahweh Shai said, unless you hate mother, father, brethren, sisters, wives, children, yea, in your own life also, you can't be a disciple of the Most High. And like it says in Matthew chapter 10, think not that I am come to deliver peace, I came not to send peace, but a sword. You see? So the Most High is not all about kumbaya, everybody grab hands, everybody make it up to the chariots. There's a perfection to the Most High, perfection to judgment. You know? But it says, verse 11, behold, we count them happy which endure. All right, so you're going to go through tribulation. But if you're a true man of the Lord, you're going to be happy if you go through it. It says, ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. All right, so he's going to be of tender mercy to you, man. He's not going to let you go through some fucked up shit and then leave you to die. All right, quite the contrary, man. He's going to raise you up when you're left there to die. All right, what happened to in the book of Ezekiel, when he tells him, son of man, go tell Israel, all right, that I was there when they were left on the ground. All right, because Israel was on the floor. Israel was left bleeding out. Nobody wanted Israel. You see? And the Most High picked you up. The Most High decked you out. The Most High made you precious. It wasn't through Israel's own wits that they learned the wisdom, the knowledge, that they had the understanding. It was all through the Most High, Yahweh. And now through the mercy that we receive through Yahweh Shai. You see? It isn't through my own wits that I'm out here preaching the truth. It isn't through my own righteousness that I understand. It's through the mercy of the Most High. And that mercy is being given to Israel. You know? So it says, verse 12, James 5 and 12, but above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation. Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Is any merry? Let him sing psalms. All right. So going out to the highways and the hedges, that's given to us to do. All right, because we know we're Israel. That doesn't mean it stops there. It keeps going. There's levels to this truth. All right, levels that I have no idea about, or that I know about, but I haven't gone through. To put it into better words. All right. So there's things to this truth, man. You know, not everybody's built for it. So you can't think that all Israel is Israel. All right. But we do have to declare this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. That way, those that have to be saved and sealed are saved and sealed, and those that have to be sealed for condemnation are sealed for condemnation. All right. So going to the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 7. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. You see, like it says in Deuteronomy, you're going to be groping at noonday. Groping at noonday. That's what Israel's doing. They're trying to find something to feel worthy of. Whether that is trying to find a career, being better at their jobs, or whether that is a hobby that they're trying to do and pursue a certain dream. That reads Israel, man. Our people always try to do that. But they never try to turn to the Most High. You see? And the ones that do, they only scrape the surface. Because any deeper and they get afraid. They get thrown out. You know? So let me read that again. Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. And that's talking about the 2/3, like you could read in Zechariah chapter 13. 2/3 of Israel is going to be casted away. All right, 2/3 of you Negro, Latino, Native Americans are going to be casted away. All right, it says, hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election, which is the 1/3 of Israel, hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right, so everybody else is going to look upon those prophets, those men, and it's going to go right over their heads, man. You see? It says, according as it is written, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. So unto this day, you have people that hear these words, but they can't understand. All right? They may read and they see what's going on, but they don't perceive. And that's just the way that the Most High set it up. Stumbling blocks. All right? Parables. So going to jumping down to verse 26, it says, and so all Israel, all right, and so all Israel, which are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion a deliverer, and shall return away the ungodliness from Jacob. Now who's Jacob? Israel, the patriarch. All right? So of the 12 tribes of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, the seed of Jacob, they're going to be delivered. They're going to be saved by Yahweh Shai, which his name means he is a deliverer. All right? He is a savior, which is an omen, because you could read that in the scriptures where it says, all right, and he shall deliver, and he shall be a savior to his people. All right? Which is talking about Israel. He's a savior to his people, Israel. You know? So continuing on Romans 11 and verse 1, it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is your reasonable service. You see? So that's your reasonable service, man. Presenting your body a living sacrifice. Oh man, I want to go to Austin every weekend. Oh man, I can't go because of this truth. You can't think that way. All right? Oh man, I want to go clubbing every other day, but I can't because of this truth. You can't think that way. Man, I want to hang out with my homies, with my friends. All right? I want to go, like we say in Spanish, echar desmadre. All right? I want to go have fun. But your body is a living sacrifice, man. That doesn't mean you're always going to be able, there may be times, there's a balance to everything. There may be times where you're going to be able to enjoy yourself. But that doesn't mean that every single day of your life is going to be, you know, carefree and love and all kinds of, you know, carelessness. It's not going to be like that. There's order to this truth. And this world is lawless, man. This world doesn't keep no laws. They might try and keep the laws of a white man. All right? They might try to keep his laws. You know, which last time I had checked, it was over thousands, man. Thousands and thousands of laws that the white man has set up in the United States. And you Negro, Latino, and Native American men, you try to keep those laws, but you don't try and keep 616? Come on, man. Come on, man. There is no justification for that. Oh, there's a stoplight, I gotta stop. There's a yellow light, I gotta yield. There's a stop sign, I have to stop. 5 seconds. I'm gonna turn right, so I'm gonna put my directionals. I'm gonna turn left. You know, my rear lights are off. My rear lights, my brake lights. I need new brake lights. I need to get that replaced so that I can satisfy my master, so I don't get pulled over. Come on, man. You know, that's just a couple little laws that this white man has that y'all try to keep. But little laws like shaving. Don't shave. Something like that. Oh, but we can shave now because the laws are done away with. Something little like don't eat pork. Oh, but one of the prophets received a vision that you can eat whatever you want. Trying to justify, man. That's a lot of people. A lot of people try to justify all the time. Try to justify wickedness, man. You know? Try to justify why they do certain things. And that's Christianity, Catholicism, all these damn religions, man. You can't eat sausage. You know that they have all beef sausages, but I'm talking about, you know, the ones that is most commonly used, which is different animals put into that sausage. But you don't know what's really in there. It could be all meat for all you know. Trying to find justifications, man, and that ain't it. All right. Like Elder Tahara said, if a nigga don't get it, we moving on. And that's just the truth, man. All right? You can only tell somebody something so many times. So many times. And if they don't get it, then we're moving on. You don't have to dwell on that person. All right? It says, let me read that again. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy. Now what is unholy? Now what is sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. So if you're unholy, you transgress the law. All right? You're a faggot. You're a lesbian. That's a transgression of the law. So the Most High is telling you to keep yourself holy. That means you're trying your best, man. You're trying your best to not upset the Most High. All right? You're trying your best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Because even one of the smallest can get you out. You see? One of the smallest, a demon can jump on you for doing it. And that's it for you, man. That's it for you. You know, but really you were never part of that number. Now the Most High may have it to where He casts judgment on you, makes you catch hell while you fall out of the truth, and later on He accepts you back into His fold. But when you come back, you're like, damn, man, what I went through was no joke. All right, and that's just the Most High humbling you. If you won't humble yourself, the Most High will. All right. And you have to pray that He's going to let you come back, man. You know, really, you have to pray all the time that He lets you come back. All right? Because every night and every morning, you should, you know, speaking to myself first, you should be praying for the Most High to keep you in His truth. And if the next day you're still in the truth, you should thank the Most High that you're still in this truth. All right? But it says, verse 2, and be not conformed to this world. You see? Point blank period. Be not conformed to this world. Having fancy ass cars, having a badass woman, having a lot of money, all these things that our people are so consumed in. The scriptures tell you, don't be conformed to the ways of this world. So what are you doing? Now that you know you're an Israelite, what are you doing to not be conformed to the way of this world? That means you're walking towards the way of the Most High. That means you're trying to follow laws, statutes, commandments. You know? It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You see, so that renewing of your mind, all right, does that mean that Paul went everywhere in the whole known world at that time, dumping people in water? Is that what he did to the Gentiles? I don't remember reading that. I don't remember reading Paul walking around Asia and walking around Rome and walking around the known world at that time, dumping people in water. That's not what it's talking about. All right? It's talking about being baptized in the Spirit of the Most High. Like it is written, verily John baptized with water, but one cometh that will baptize with the Spirit. All right, and that was Yahushua. Yahushua came and baptized us in the Spirit, and now we're still being baptized in the Spirit. That's the renewing of the mind, casting away those demons. You see? Last year in the time of the Passover, after I had performed the ceremony, I tried to go to sleep, you know. But that same night that I tried to go to sleep, my mind was, my spirit, man, my spirit felt like it was sending ripples, man. To put it in the best way I can put it. All right, when you drop a coin or when you touch the water and it ripples, that's exactly how my mind was feeling. I was feeling the ripples of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was hitting my mind, my spirit, and it was casting away demons. All right, I have videos of that night that, you know, crazy things were going on, and even afterward, you know. But that's how your mind should be renewed. And now that I'm in this truth, I don't feel like picking up a cigarette. I don't want to eat no pork. You know, there's times where accidentally, you know, one of the times I had ate, man, I forgot what type of fish it was. But me in my mind being simple as hell, you know, I had just barely came into the truth, but being simple as hell, I was thinking, oh, it's fish, I can eat fish. You know, not really putting into attention that Esau Edom is a wicked man, that the 2/3 of our people are wicked. And they're going to be putting all kinds of abominable fish. Fish you shouldn't eat. Because it tells you fish with scales and fins is what you should eat. All right? So I started eating, and it was like 3 tacos, I believe, and I ate 2 tacos. And the third one, you know, before I ate it, I was like, nah, I shouldn't eat it. You know, something's not right. And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. All right? And I was like, so what could it be? And I started thinking, you know, we were watching a movie, but I was mainly thinking about, you know, what I was eating. So afterward, I started thinking, and I started researching, and I saw that fish that I ate, all right, it wasn't a fish that I should have been eating. And I was afraid. All right, I was scared. I felt like throwing up. And that just came through the renewal of my mind. Because before I would eat everything. All right. So to the Negro, Latino, and Native American man, what your job is to go back to your power. Renew your mind. Be under the doctrine of the Most High. You see? So let me read that again. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. See, so coming to the truth, you come to find out that the ways of this world is wicked. And why is this world wicked? Why is that? All right. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, All right, so who is the man that's in charge? You could read that in Deuteronomy 28. He shall be the tail, or he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. All right, you're gonna be cursed when you come into the city and cursed when you leave. It doesn't matter where you go. You could go to Australia for all you care, man. And those curses will still follow you if you're a Negro, Latino, Native American man of the seed of Israel. All right? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? It says, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If it's not Esau Edom, that's the wicked man, the self-proclaimed white man. If he's not the wicked man, then where or who is this wicked man? Who is he? It ain't no red man with a pitchfork. So who is the wicked man? Those are questions you gotta ask yourself. Who is the head and who is the tail? Who is at the top and who is at the bottom? See? Because the scriptures say that the world is wicked. So be not conformed to the ways of this world. But who's leading the world? Like the brother Yabatazai brought up the scripture the other day. All right? If the kingdom is righteous, all right, then the people of the kingdom are righteous. If the kingdom is wicked, then the people of the kingdom are wicked too. You see? So who's ruling this kingdom that's wicked? Who's ruling this kingdom that the Most High tells you not to pay any attention to hearken to follow after? If it's not the white man, then who? The self-proclaimed white man at that. You know, because he's really pale, wasted away. You see? His skin is wasted away, man. It doesn't have melanin. Wasted away is he. That's what Esau means. Aisha. Wasted away is he. Then his name was changed to Edom. Adawam. Adawam meaning red. All right, so who's the red man? It ain't no Native Americans. They're not red. They're copper. All right, so who is the red man? Who blushes and you see his blood show forth? Because blood is red. See? So going back to Romans, continuing verse 2, that you may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, so you coming into this truth, you will find what is good, all right, which is the scriptures, and what is bad, which is this world, this kingdom. It says, for I say, verse 3, for I say, though the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. All right, so like I was bringing out in Isaiah. All right, even with all our righteousness, we're still as filthy rags. So just because you're an Israelite does not mean you're some high holy person. All right, does not mean that you can cuss out the cops and cause havoc because you're an Israelite. That does not mean that you can do a 300 man, 3,000 man march. That's not what the scriptures talk about, man. It tells you, be ye as wise as serpent and as harmless as doves. All right? A dove ain't gonna do nothing. It might shit on you. All right? And that's what we're doing now. Coming out to the highways and the hedges. That's taking the shit in his face, man. That's spitting in his face. Because that's what he doesn't want to happen. He doesn't want you to know that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men and women and children are part of the Israelites. You're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. You're the true children of the Most High. All right? You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its flavor, What good is it, man? It ain't no good. All right? So if you lost the spirit of understanding, you lost your ways from the Most High, you ain't no good. You're gonna be destroyed. You see? So with that, let me start getting into Salakia. Let me keep going. It says but think, verse 3, continuing on verse 3, but think soberly, according as Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. All right, so you have to have faith that you're part of the elect. That's why Revelations 3 tells you, let no man take that crown. All right, so you have to believe that Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai is, like the scriptures say. You know, he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. And that's his name, Yahweh. He is, he exists, he is to be. All right? You know, you have these philosophers, to be or not to be. But the Most High always is. He's always been. So the Most High means to be. He is. He exists. All right? He's true. It says, verse 4, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. All right, so you have certain brothers that are good in their own, you know, their own lot. All right, they're all still speaking the same doctrine, and one word. All right, one mind, one doctrine. You see? But within that doctrine, some brothers may have, you know, more revelation in the Hebrew for prayer, all right, for whatever it may be. Other brothers may have it into herbs and what you could eat and drink and things of that nature. You know? Other brothers may have things that they've gone through in their life. You know? Things that they've gone through in their life, and they warn you of things that you shouldn't do. Other brothers may just have so much faith, all right, and they show you their faith through their works. You see, it's all according to what the Most High gives you. But don't boast in it, you know? Don't boast in it, because you didn't do it on your own. Ultimately, it was the Most High that put you through it. So it says, verse 5, so we being many are one body in Mashiach, which is Yahushai, and every one member one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophesy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. You see, so all these things are given unto the elect. But the point is in number 9, verse 9, all right, chapter 12, verse 9, Romans chapter 12, verse 9, let love be without dissimulation. All right, let love be without dissimulation. All right, one of the brothers had made a video about love. All right, the love that you want to be giving is selfless love. All right, that selfless love is the love you should be giving. All right, not expecting anything back. Well, I mean, I'm gonna buy this brother this, but yo, he better get me next time. You know, that's already implemented, man. You shouldn't be expecting that. You see what I'm saying? It says, abhor that which is evil. So if the Most High hates gays, then guess what? We abhor that which is evil, because it was deemed evil by the Most High. You see? So if this rulership of Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is evil, then we abhor that which is evil. as it is written, cleave to that which is good. And what is good? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ultimately, the Most High, what did Yahweh Shai say when they said, good master? And he said, why callest thou me good? There is only one good, and that's Yahweh, the Most High. So cleave unto that which is good. Cleave unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? And you'll make it. You see? So with that, without further ado, I'm going to start getting into the wicked, which, as we know, is Esau Edom. All right? Because we know that his time is up, man. All right? We know that his time is up. So if you're an Israelite, if you're a Negro, Latino, Native American man, you're an Israelite. And if you're an Israelite, then what you should do is follow the Most High. Follow Yahweh Shai. Follow the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. All right? But if you don't, if you want death, if you want destruction, follow Esau Edom. All right? Because all these things, famine, death, destruction, is going to fall upon a wicked man. That's his lot. That's a wicked man's lot. All right? So this is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. You see? So this tangible world, this world full of deceit, this world full of lust, this world full of wickedness, it's only for a moment. Because it's going to be done away with real soon. Through those ICBM missiles coming straight for America. 200 million missiles coming straight for America. Oh, prideful America, with its prideful people, it's going to be cast down. You see? It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? All right? So those men that are placed up high right now, all those men are going to be humbled real quick. When Yahweh Shai comes back, it tells you in the scriptures, he's not going to meet you as a man. The Lord is not coming back to deliver everybody. The Lord is coming back for death and destruction, for wrath. Thus saith the scriptures. You see? And I believe that one was in Romans 12, what I was reading a minute ago. All right? Save unto wrath, man. Oh, so lucky I was going to get that. Romans 12. You know, I should have gotten it. But Romans 12 in verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. All right? Recompense to no man evil for evil. So because you put the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into slavery, that doesn't mean we're going to be out here killing people. All right? It ain't going to be like that. Because the Most High is going to come back and take revenge. Take vengeance upon his own hands. It ain't going to be us. Not through our own will. All right? It says, provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. If it be possible, all right? If it lieth in you to be at peace with all men. Sometimes you just gotta cut a motherfucker off, man. Sometimes you just can't be with that person, man. You know? Like the brother uses this analogy, man. You know, like Neo in the Matrix. He only goes into the world for a little bit, comes right back out. Because if he stays in there too long, the agents are gonna take him. They're gonna kill his ass. And that's how it is. That's the lot for a righteous man. In this world, you do not belong. Like Yahweh Shai said, you do not belong to this world, man. You're not of this world. That's why it hates you, because it hated Yahweh Shai first. All right? And because we bear testimony of the wicked deeds that this world has, and because we bear testimony of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, then this world hates us too. That's why, man, that's why things seem like it ain't gonna be adding up to you or for you. All right? That's why it seems like you just can't make it. You know, I got somebody, I don't know who the hell it was, somebody stole into my woman's vehicle the other day. They stole my phone, all right, which I have my videos in there. All right, I have my accounts. I have all my notes and everything in that phone. Somebody went in there, stole my phone. For what reason? I don't know. I have no idea for what reason they try to steal a phone that has a damn lock on it. All right, and it's activated through Find My Phone. So I can simply just lock down all the apps on that phone, man. So I don't know why. I don't know why that person took that phone, but they took my wife's purse, and they had social securities. All right, I had like $200, IDs. You know, all these things were in that purse, and for what? I'm not gonna go hunt down that person. I can. All right, I could be a good detective. You know, I could find a way, but I give that on space, man. I'm gonna give that to space. All right, I'm gonna give that up to the Most High. You see these wicked things that they're doing down here? You see all these things that they're doing, man? That's why we bring a report to the Most High of the wicked deeds that is done in this earth, and that's why the earth does not like you, and that's why it seems like you can't advance. You know? Especially to the prophets, and Lord willing, I'm part of that number, part of the elect. But it says, recompense to no man evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. You see? So don't avenge yourselves, man. You know? Eventually, you know, some of the election, some of the 144,000 men will become those avengers, man. All right? And I'm not just saying, you know, being all powerful. I'm saying avenge. The wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to come down on this earth. It says, but rather give place unto wrath. You see? Give place unto wrath. So you went through it, gave it up to the Most High. You cast your burdens to the Most High. And the Most High ultimately is going to come down and take that revenge, man. He's going to be fucking shit up. All right? It says, give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord. So the Most High is going to repay those deeds that you did. You see? So not just hearers of the word, but doers of the word are going to be repaid with righteousness. And those that did wickedly are going to be repaid with wickedness. Or not wickedness, but death and destruction. With righteous judgment. Alright? So Esau Edom is only going to be reigning for a short period of time, man. This world is only here for a little bit. Alright? Like, let me bring that out in Hebrews 12. Or 13. Let me bring this out in Hebrews 13 and 14, and then I'll go to Hebrews 12. It says, for here, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. All right, so I'm gonna get that in Micah 2 and 10. Malachi, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Micah 2 and this is Micah chapter 2. Let me start off at verse 9. It says, the woman of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever. All right. So our people fell out. Our people fell out of the truth of the Most High. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right. This is not our rest. You see, this kingdom that Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, has set up, this kingdom is not for Israel, which are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. This isn't your rest. All right. This is their portion of their promise. All right. But this is not your portion, man. It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So if you follow after the ways of this world, you're going to be destroyed with a sore destruction, man. All right. It says, if a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto the wind, unto the wine of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. All right, so if he prophesies deceit, people want to hear it. You can read that in Isaiah 30 and verse 9. All right, Israel wants to hear deceit. Israel wants to hear false things, smooth words. That's what they want to hear. We're going to live forever. Yeah, that's what Israel wants to hear. But when you start preaching truth, when you start preaching the real death, destruction, famine, anguish, people don't want to hear it. They think you're crazy. All right? But we're looking at y'all like y'all are crazy. You see? It says, verse 12, I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel, which are the election. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. All right. So Israel is going to be saved in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So going back to Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. All right, so we're not seeking after the ways of this world. So going back to Micah chapter 12 or chapter 2 verse 10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. You see? So we're not here to please Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and his kingdom. We're here to proclaim the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to wake up the election. So this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai loveth, all right, so whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. Why do you think you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are in your land of captivity? Read Deuteronomy 28. It tells you why you're in your land of captivity. Because your ancestors went against the Most High. We went against the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why you can't make it up high. You see? That's why it seems like you're at the bottom of the bottom. You know? It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So if you come into this truth, it ain't gonna be no easy ride like Christianity. You go in there, everybody sings praises, everybody's gonna get rich, everybody's gonna be happy. That ain't what it is, man. That's not what the scriptures tell you. All right? You're gonna be going through things, man. Like I was saying in Matthew chapter 10. Think now that I come to send peace. I came not to send peace, but a sword. All right, the Most High came to split people up. You know, there's gonna be a difference between regular Jake and an Israelite that's following after Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. There's a difference, man. You know? It says, if you endure chastening, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, are ye bastards and not sons. So that's what the Most High likens people that aren't following after his ways. Bastards. He's not listening to your prayers. That's why people say, well, the Lord's not real because he doesn't listen to my prayers. Well, because you're wicked as hell. That's why he doesn't listen to you. If you're righteous, he'll listen to you. You can read that in Amos chapter 5. He doesn't even like those holidays that you think you get. All right, Thanksgiving. Did you know that Thanksgiving is actually a mass murder of Native Americans? They try to disguise it with a little turkey. Christmas. What is Christmas? You can read that in Jeremiah chapter 10. All right? All these things of the world are vanity, man. They're wicked things. And the Most High is now bringing a difference between a regular man and a man of the Lord. A true man. And that's when Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans have to wake up to who you are. If you call yourself a Mexican, you're of the tribe of Issachar. If you call yourself a Native American of the Americas, you're of the tribe of Gad. If you call yourself a Negro, you're of the tribe of Judah. You call yourself a Jamaican, you're of the tribe of Benjamin. If you call yourself a Haitian, you're of the tribe of Levi. Our people have to come back to their power. That's the only way we're going to see changes in this earth. And once the election is sealed, like you can read in Revelations, once the election is sealed, death, destruction, anguish is coming for this world, man. Through the ICBM missiles. Nuclear warfare, World War III. You can read that in Joel chapter 2. And then Israel is going to live life like they're supposed to, righteously. Would you rather be a king or just another regular worker? I'm pretty sure everybody wants to be a king, right? Well, the scriptures tell you what you need to do to be a king in the kingdom of heaven. To be a co-heir to the throne with the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Scripture tells you what you need to do, man. So if you hearken unto this word, the Most High is going to stir your mind. He's going to work with you. And he's going to wake you up. Because like it is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. This death and destruction will come. All right? There ain't no if, buts, or what's about it. All these things that the brothers speak about in Dallas, San Antonio, you have brothers in Germany, you have brothers in Jamaica, brothers all over the world, man, waking up to the truth that who they really are, seeing this damn devil for who he really is. How else is the devil gonna cast people into prison? Those are concentration camps. And who is the damn devil? Who owns the money? Who owns the banks? You work so hard to get that money. Who owns the money? The white men, Rothschild. They own the money. They print the money. Like it says in Deuteronomy 28, thou shalt be the tail, and he shall be the head. And he is. All right? He doesn't get in trouble like we do. He's caught with weed, he gets a slap in the hand. Go your way, don't do this anymore. A Negro, a Latino, a Native American gets caught with weed. Guess what? You're doing life. You're doing 15 years. You get shot up in the streets. That's the truth of this wicked man. And that's why we go out to the highways and the hedges prophesying this truth for our people. So our people can wake up. So we can walk the path of righteousness. That means no shaving, no eating pork, little things like that. But people want to make up excuses. I don't want to follow because of that. Oh, but red lights. You have to stop at a red light. Okay, I'll listen. Stoplights. Oh, okay, I'll listen. Green means go. Okay, I'll listen. Only walk with the little guy is on that damn figure. Okay, I'll listen. You listen to over thousands of laws that this man has, but you don't want to hearken unto 10? You don't want to hearken unto 616? Come on, man. But that's just the way of this world. And that's why death and destruction is the only judgment that you're going to get. If you've seen that movie Terminator, Judgment Day, it didn't happen for no reason. The Most High does not make any mistakes. That movie is there for a reason. Matrix is there for a reason. All these movies are there for a reason because they have a little bit of truth in them. So what happened in Judgment Day? Sarah Connor was telling you what was going to happen. That's Sophia. Sophia is wisdom in the Greek. That's that wisdom that's speaking out to the people, letting them know. If you have a dream that the next morning you wake up, a car is going to pass by, and after that car, another one, and it's going to run your ass over. That next day, when you're walking the street and a car passes by, you're going to jump back because you know that other car is going to hit you. The same with us. We know what's coming. We know the things that are to come. And that's why we go out to the highways and the hedges to teach our people. Let them know, if you don't come to your power, the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, death, destruction, famine is going to come to you. It's going to be so terrible, you're going to be cooking your own kids. And that's what the scriptures say. That's not something I'm making up, man. You see? So if you know you're an Israelite now, if you've woken up to this truth, it doesn't stop there. There's more levels to it. And I'm out here every Friday. Brothers in Dallas are out there every Friday night. Brothers in San Angelo are out there too on Sundays. Brothers in Mexico, you have brothers in Bolivia. YouTube, GMS. All these things are there for your learning. You know? So just because you know you're an Israelite does not mean you're saved. Just because you say you believe does not mean you're saved. What did the Lord say? Many are going to come to Him and say, Lord, Lord, but He's going to turn to you and say, I never knew you. And that's just a sad truth. That's something very scary to fall under. You know? Because the Most High could turn it up at any minute. But this is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. All right? And Esau Edom is a self-proclaimed white man. Jacob, Israel are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You can see a difference even when they dance. When a Negro, Latino, or Native American dances, you see that flavor. That's that salt of the earth. You see a white man do it, he got 2 left feet. He can't dance. And all these things that the prophets say, all these things that the brothers say, all these things that the scriptures say, they're all going to come to pass, man. You know? So let me go back to Job chapter 20. And I'm going to start off at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? So from the beginning, the Most High had already declared the end. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite before a moment. Now what's 10,000 years to infinity? A short time. A short period of time. And that's what the Most High is letting you know. The joy of the hypocrite is for a moment. He might have been in rulership for 10,000 years. But those 10,000 years are nothing compared to eternity. All right? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. So look up. You can see the buildings all the way up in the sky. All right? You can see the satellites up there too, man. Those rockets, airplanes. This man has everything up there. But even though his excellency mount up to the sky, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. That means he's gonna perish forever. Like you flush a toilet, that's gonna be him. All right, it says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? So you see this man, this untouchable man. In those last days, he's gonna be brought down low. People are gonna look at him like, this is the guy? This is the one that made me go through all this hell? He shall flee away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. So obviously it's not talking about a red man with a pitchfork. All right, it's talking about a physical embodiment of Satan, a physical embodiment of unrighteousness. You could read up on what happened to the Negroes, what happened to the natives, the so-called Mexicans. You could read on what happened to them. There was a lot of wickedness done to them. A man being raped by a white man just to prove his power. A woman being taken away from her man and her children and sold on to other countries. That's what this wicked man has brought. And that's why the scriptures say that he shall be naked. He shall be found naked. Because we're dissecting all this wickedness that he has brought out. And we're bringing it out, showing who he really is. You see? It says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. Oh, now you have reservation places. All right? Now the natives have a place to stay. See, we're good people. When they give them a little bit of land. Oh, but look, we gave the Mexicans back some of their land. We kept Texas, California, New Mexico, Arizona. But look, we gave them back their place. Food stamps. Look, we give food stamps out now. That's just them seeking to please the poor. All right? It ain't because they really love you. Watch, get in an argument with one of them. You'll see their true colors. All right? There's this Judite, so-called Negro, at work. He's a manager. All right? Me and him get along pretty well. But then you have this white man, this Edomite. And that man told him to do something, and he didn't like it. So he told me that he couldn't even say the word because he knew he would get in trouble if he said the N-word, if he called him a nigga. So what'd he say? He's from the South. Give him a little bit of anger and he's gonna show his true colors, man. You see? If you haven't seen that movie, The Hate You Give, it shows you. It shows you what goes on in this world. The self-proclaimed white man does not like the Negro, does not like the so-called natives. He does not like the so-called Latinos. Why is that? Because when Esau and Jacob were born, they were twins, but in the womb they fought. You could read that in Genesis. All right, Jacob and Esau fought in the womb. And when they grew older, there was two different nations. Two different nations. All right, the Edomites and the Israelites. Hey, all this stuff is in the scriptures, man. It says, verse 11, his bones are full of sin of his youth. All right. And since you were a young nation, all you did was beat up against Israel. Whenever the so-called Ammonites, all right, the so-called Japanese or the so-called Chinese, they went up against Israel, guess who joined the fight? Esau, Edom, real quick. Kicked them while they were already on the floor. It says, which shall lie down with him in the dust. You see? We could read that in Isaiah 47, where his kingdom is going to be in the dust as well. It says, let's see. Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now who's Babylon? All right. You have to read through the scriptures to understand who Babylon the Great is. What are they trying to make America? America the Great. Make America great again. This is Babylon the Great. All right. It says, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. In this place, America is no longer tender and delicate. That's why the white man's trying to make it great again. Now let me tell you something. How was Egypt made great? Egypt was made great through the slavery of the Israelite man. How was America made great? Who built your houses? Who built your towns? Who built up your culture? It was the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Number one lynched people were the Judites, the so-called Negroes. Number two lynched were the Issacharites, the Mexicans. Our people are hated. If you can't see that, then you're spiritually blind, man. You know? It says, verse 2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, and pass over the rivers. And that's what America does. All right? All their land is being desolate. They've taken the resources that they could. Now what are they doing? You see what happened in Venezuela? All right, they're trying to set up a coup. Why is that? Because he needs more power. He needs more oil. That's why he does these things. It ain't because he loves you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If he found a way to live forever, do you really think he would give it to you? If he's shooting you up in the streets right now? What happened in Dallas at the beginning of this year? Where that so-called black man, that so-called Negro, was in his apartment, asleep, and that woman cop broke into his house, shot him up in his own house, and then said sorry. It was an accident. I thought it was my apartment. Come on, man. What happened to all those unarmed men that got shot up brutally by the police? And all these police that do all these killings are so-called white. Because when a so-called black person does it, he still gets jail time. Even if he's a cop. It only works for white people. Back in Isaiah 47 and verse 3, thy nakedness shall be seen. And now we see who you are. We see you for who you really are, man. It says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. All right? So that goes hand in hand with you not taking vengeance, you not taking things upon your own hands, but letting the Lord handle it. Because when he comes back, death and destruction is coming for America. You see? So going back to Job chapter 20 and verse 12, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, All right, so he's not really telling you how he feels. Though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. You see? So he doesn't pray for all those evil thoughts to go away. It's sweet to him. He likes those thoughts. It says, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches. He shall vomit them up again. So this land that you took, all the gold that you took, all the precious time that you took, you're gonna vomit it up again. And vomit ain't something pleasant. Vomit isn't something you plan to do. Vomit is something that is forced. All right? So it says, he shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore. He shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein. He's not going to be happy when he has to pay all these things back, man. All right? Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. So the self-proclaimed white man hath taken a house that he did not build. And that's why death and destruction is coming for America. All right? Jacob's trouble, the trouble that Israel shall go through. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All these things are going to come to pass. Whether you want to hear it or whether you don't. Whether you believe it or whether you don't. It's going to happen either way. All right, so with that, I want to say shalom. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel, to the elect out there. And as always, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKwadash, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. And death to America! Abad Babal, Shalom Akim.